as well. So this week we're going to be putting Matt through a driver fit. So we done his irons last week, and he's got a bit of a relic of a driver.
It's got to be 8 or 9 years old, right?
Yep. It's certainly seen a few shots, and as you guys know, at the speed that Matt hits it, we're curious as to whether the driver's kind of had its day, aren't we? I mean, we kind of were looking at the head and seeing if there was any kind of little fractures. You know, when you're pounded at 170 miles an hour, consistently, which that's Matt's ball speed fairly consistently. The driver's only got so many hits at that speed in it. So we're curious today as to whether we can get him into something that is a little more efficient.
Yeah. A little straighter.
A little straighter for sure. Yeah, a little more predictable. Last week's video, we didn't anticipate it being as long as it was. I think it ended up 1 hour and 45 minutes. We'll try and keep it a little bit shorter today. Certainly no longer than an hour, I think is fair, Matt. What do you think?
We'll try our best, yeah. It was a little overtime last time,
yeah. I think we were guilty for keeping a few people off their work last Monday morning. So same format as last week. Ask as many questions as you guys want. Let's make it interactive. Certainly, any questions, any queries as to why we might be choosing certain things for Matt, throw them in there. Throw them in the chat. We'll ask Matt. I'll answer as many as I can, and let's keep it going. Okay.
Yep.
Right, Matt. Let's get you hitting a few.
Sounds good. I'm just checking on the stream. It's a little rough apparently so far, but
okay.
Let me just sort that out.
Give everyone a little idea what Matt's got right now. So some of you guys who've maybe been following us for a while may have seen we actually done some testing with Matt back in probably December last year, just to see. We never fit Matt to a new driver, but we tested his driver, and it's an old Ping i20. It's pretty old. That driver's about it's got to be 2012. This one came out. Aldila Phenom 70X, so certainly not the stiffest shaft nor lead, even though it is a 70X. As we know, shafts aren't, even at that flex and at that weight, shafts aren't always created equally. So the Phenom was a softer profile. So we'll see if that's something that we can improve on for Matt. What would you say is your biggest struggle with the driver?
Hitting it left.
Okay, so for you, hitting the cut.
Hitting so much of a fade or a push.
A bit of a spinny one.
Yep, and it definitely spins up.
Definitely a little spinny one.
In the wind, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So be curious to see if that's. And you've been working in your swing a little bit.
Been working on it a lot, yeah.
Good.
I was in for a lesson over the weekend. Hit some balls.
With our boy Paul Davies.
Yep, we went to see
Paul.
Paul.
Richmond Hill.
Yep, yeah. So that's
big shout out to Paul.
Been helping. So trying to. I mean, obviously the club is a factor, but my swing's been a little on the shaky side. So. Oh, good. Okay, we're back to HD here, so we're good to go.
Good. Awesome. Excellent. So yeah, we'll test through that. We'll see what's going on. It was good, Matt. Actually, you guys maybe have seen it, may not. Matt actually opened on our Instagram. Was it last night? You opened the sort of question into what driver the guys, the viewers thought that you should be playing, and we had a lot of suggestions.
There was a lot of people asking. Cobra F8 Plus was a popular request. Lots of Rogue.
Lots of Rogue
requests in there.
A few Mizuno requests.
Which we don't have, so you won't see that today. But we'll try our best to do just about everything else.
Yeah. The Mizuno driver is an interesting one. There's a bit of a kind of, it seems to be a Mizuno cult following.
Because I've seen some YouTube videos about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just
all right. It's fine. We tested it. It's a decent driver.
Decent driver, yeah. You don't have the demand for it in here at the moment to carry it.
No, and not that it's the measuring stick by any means in here, but I can't think of one PGA Tour player that's using a Mizuno driver.
Yeah.
And I don't think that comes down to dollars spent by the companies. I think if you look in the bag of most players now, they're just playing what's best for them.
Yes.
Unless you're a marquee player, like we've talked a little bit about the top TaylorMade guys, the top Ping guys. Obviously, they're pushed towards.
Of course, yeah.
Certain product, but the Mizuno driver, it's good. I mean, certainly get out there and test it if you have one available to you. We've looked at it, and it certainly is a decent performing driver.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get Matt hitting 5 or 6.
Okay.
And then we'll get it going. Specs on this, Matt, standard length, wasn't it? It was just...
No, it's 44.
Oh, you did have it cut down.
I cut it down. So probably another terrible choice that I made was I had it cut down to 4. You should probably.
Yeah, I'm going to go measure
confirm
actually,
that,
just because we've got to take that swing weight.
So while Ian's doing that, guys, we got a nice little addition to the stream today. I'm going to switch over to camera 2. Let us know if you can see that screen okay. That's going to be the screen we can cut to so you can see the shot data. Ian's going to try to switch over to see a couple ball flights, but let us know if you can see that one okay, and we'll be able to switch back and forth like that while we're doing it. That's good. It's looking good, obviously. Good. No, we have not tested a cranked. Crank drivers are long drive, eh, Ian?
Yeah, I've tested them, Matty, yep.
Good.
Yeah, the crank drivers they're very geared towards the long drive market.
Super low loft and kind of stuff like that?
Yeah, super low loft. They're basically designed with reinforced walls so that they basically don't crack. That's the thing for these guys who are pounding it at 200 plus miles an hour ball speed. They just need their drivers to kind of last a little bit longer. Tons of a little bit more bulge and roll in the head. Okay. So when you're obviously going to hit it offline, the ball will curve more. Right. So there's more bulge and roll in the head.
You're trying to keep it in
to offset that start line. I mean, that's the effect of bulge and roll is when you have something that's on a curved face. If the ball strikes off the toe, you want to start it out to the side to allow for the curvature back. So because of their speed, there's a little bit more on there. So it's just not really a design that's that suitable. I know they're trying to penetrate the kind of average market.
It's not really suited though.
No, I tested it and I found it was a little slow in ball speed for the average player. It wasn't as quick as some of the other drivers in the marketplace, and it just wasn't ideal. Right, very light. C4.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So a swing weight issue from the beginning.
C4, 44 inches in length and C4.
Just a great purchase by me.
What have you done, Matty?
So you're good if you want to switch cameras, Ian, at any time. Just click that little view thing.
Sounds good.
Maybe don't show them my first 2 swings, but after that.
Okay.
Okay to start.
Click onto that. Just a 302 on a Monday morning.
That was okay.
Pretty good strike.
Yep.
Okay. You can see that ball flight that Matt was discussing, a little bit to the left, just pushing them a little bit.
Yeah, that's the one that gets on my nerves.
Matt, do me a favour, come and take a quick look at this. I just want to get a slightly wider view of the questions, if we can.
Yes, can do that.
Perfect, that's better.
Is that all right?
Love it. Excellent. Ian, does the effective bulge and roll change if the club face is open, closed, or if the path? The effect, yeah, it'll affect the start line. There you go, Matt. That was a little bit better.
So I mashed that.
Yep, certainly looks like it.
So we should see what the ball speed is. It's low, right?
Yeah, 166.8. I mean, relative terms.
Usually can get over 170 with the other stuff.
Yeah, let's have a little look and see.
I want to pop one more before you.
Just show the guys that screen there so they can see kind of what Matt's delivery is like. So very neutral path, a little on the up. Launch and spin are decent. Nice little collection of strikes. Good.
Yeah, I mean I hit those okay. That last one is about as good as I could possibly hit this driver, I would say. I don't think I could hit it much, maybe a little faster, but other than that, it was a good swing.
PMAC is asking, do we calculate swing weight in any of the fittings? We calculate swing weight in every fitting.
All right.
You know, we're always conscious of what's going on with swing weight.
Especially when it's way off like this, then you know you may have an issue, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna hit one more, and then I want to say goodbye to this thing forever.
Oh, you've
hit that good. So this
I was
is
gonna
kind
say
of,
that's-
this is what occurs. I get a kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
I'm not like upset with that shot, but that's a missed fairway. 25 right, yeah, that's a missed fairway. So it's okay. It's just not
Decent. Yeah. I mean, that's about as good as I've ever seen you hit this driver.
No,
to be fair,
that's this is better than usual, and it's still
There's the spread. You know,
pretty crap spread there.
We've got 2 left, 1 down the middle and 2 to the right.
That's a round of golf for me.
Yeah. Okay. Justin says, appropriate last shot ever. Not a bad way to send the driver off to the graveyard.
Tomahawk it into the bin.
Absolutely. Okay, right. So maybe I'm going to put some drivers together,
please.
maybe see what's going on. Matthew, some questions?
I'll answer some questions. Sounds like that second screen was working okay, guys. Let us know.
Yeah, it looked good
you.
actually, Matt. It was a nice
Good.
nice little addition.
Good. Sean, thanks for getting up at 5:30 in San Diego. That is some
Jeez.
serious commitment. Why am I so erratic, iTube dude? Because I'm not that good at golf, I guess, if you really want to know the answer.
Is that I can't believe that's even a question.
Yeah.
Why are you so erratic?
I don't play golf for a living, so that's why I'm erratic. What effective face angle would knocking down a draw base driver? So if you opened up the M4 draw, it would open the face. Or sorry, if you went down in the loft, it would open the face.
Correct.
But it would be a draw based.
Still be a draw by
So
his
it's
head.
kind of not something you would do.
No.
Because you're more or less counteracting the two things.
Yeah. Unlikely that would be a combination.
You should just go down in actual loft rather than cranking it.
Yep.
What is my handicap? I'm about a 5.
The best 5 I've ever seen.
I hit the penalty strokes tend to add up for me on the golf course at times.
Well, I mean, this is a serious question, you know, all joking aside. What do you think you could be if you were a very good driver of the ball?
I could definitely shave 2 or 3, and then I'd need to really work on my putting to get down the next little bit. Like my putting is really streaky, but it's a couple penalty tee shots around. I can't be shooting par with that kind. I mean, like once or twice a season I'll shoot even, but for the most part, I have a couple problem holes.
Okay.
Do I have a preferred manufacturer for this fitting? Not really.
No. You've been around me too long to think that you're going to have a preference for this.
Yeah. And to be fair, I've hit all of these already, and there was none of them that I didn't like, at least a bit. There's a couple that I liked a little more than others, but I'm certainly not going to be attached to one or the other from the beginning. If you hit up on your driver 7 degrees, what loft should you be using? Lower, I'm assuming.
If you hit up on it 7 degrees?
All things being equal, you're a lower lofted guy, you would think.
Yeah. I would say.
Unless you don't have a lot of speed.
That's a tough one. You know, you've got guys who hit up on it a bunch. I mean, ultimately, you're looking for a spin loft that comes out to about 11. So if you're hitting up on it, your dynamic loft has to be about 18.
Right.
So whatever loft that gets you to that magic number is going to be the right one.
Am I looking for a straight or long combination? More straight.
And long.
And preferably both, but I would sacrifice a couple off the tee to hit it a little straighter, if that answers your question. I think it's a bad idea to get custom fitted for a driver at the start of the season. I certainly hope not, because that's what I'm doing. As long as you're swinging decent, Ian, there's no reason not to get your driver fit.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I think you know.
Unless you're really struggling.
Unless you're really struggling, but I think get a couple of practice sessions under your belt and you're going to be good to go.
Am I getting new wedges, woods, putter, etc.? Yeah, probably.
Yes.
I'm probably going to be doing a bit of a shopping spree in this building.
The manufacturers are lining up to to sign Matty to an endorsement deal.
We can't do that.
What is going on? A few technical issues with ping here.
It's okay. I'll answer some more questions. Yes, we are going to do videos comparing stock versus aftermarket shafts.
We're going to actually go a little deeper than that, aren't we? We're actually
Yeah.
going to take it to the point where we're going to go and visit some shaft
Yeah.
companies and actually discuss this in very, very deep detail.
How they're made, yeah. So that's
Literally the real nuts and bolts of what goes into a stock shaft and what goes into an aftermarket shaft, and really take it
that's
to that
an
level.
upcoming little vacation, hopefully, for these two guys. That's all kind of, you said like North California is where all those guys are?
SoCal.
SoCal, sorry.
Yeah, down in Southern California.
Ian's going to get on these questions, guys. Do I think equipment will fix my accuracy? It won't fix it, but it will certainly help. Couple lessons and a little more practice and some new equipment, and I think it'll all help.
Yeah, what we're probably going to see with Matt is we're going to try and create a one-way shot.
Yes.
Right, I think that's the key for any player who kind of has a bit of the two-way miss going on. We try and create a one-way miss.
So we've got Rogue Sub-Zero 9 degree.
Which, in all honesty, is I mean, am I saying this? It's probably going to be a little bit too low spin.
Do you have this set right at 9?
It's got it set right at 9.
Okay.
TPT 15. So
people will be familiar with that shaft from a couple
we've done
videos.
a little bit on the channel with that.
Lindsay Knowlton got fit into that shaft.
Our very own superstar Lindsay Knowlton. Yeah.
She was a great example of someone that worked great for.
Oh, she was fantastic with it.
I mean, she could probably hit any club pretty straight, but
She
it
could.
definitely helped
She
her
could.
out. Good to go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pretty good.
Did that feel? Still a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
It even looks of it at a few more, a lot more horsepower, Matt.
Yeah. Just a hair open, 1 degree
Good
open.
strike. Yeah, so that was really well hit. You just hung the face a little bit.
This is why this game is difficult. You 1 degree open and you miss the ball 20 yards left.
Matt, what are your personal key swing thoughts and feelings for a driver? This is interesting because you've just done a little work.
Yeah.
You've been doing some work on your...
So right now, I was just working with my coach on the weekend. My backswing was getting a little in and around this way.
Mm-hmm.
My downswing was doing obviously the opposite in reaction.
Sorry, I've got the guys
That's
on
okay.
the other screen, so go through that again.
So I've been getting a little bit this way in the backswing, too much around and club too late off.
Right arm a little bit deep.
Yeah, and then it's coming back obviously in the opposite direction.
And then gets a little flippy.
So I'm trying to feel a little bit more vertical hinge this way in the backswing, get the club in a little more down the line position.
Right.
And just feel it falling in front of me a bit more.
So basically trying to keep the club face a little bit more neutral.
Yes. And also I guess the path of my swing more neutral too.
Exactly.
So that being said, I'll probably hit a few more fades today than usual, but I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Stefan is asking, what's similar to an Oban Kyoshi Gold? Just turned it a little bit the other way, Matt. Just a little bit too low in launch and spin.
Yeah.
Similar to Kyoshi Gold, something like a Graphite Design MJ, an Acra Tour Z Extreme 200 series. To be honest, even a Graphite Design DI is probably not that far away in terms of a little more tip soft.
That was a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
As you say, it's taken off low. It's nice though.
Definitely coming out a little bit low, isn't it?
It flew pretty far though.
Yeah. You sound surprised.
Oh, it just took off like a bullet. So that was 9.6 degree launch.
Yeah.
A little bit on the low side, right?
Is there any, Savvy's asking, is there any benefits besides perhaps going for 440 head on the driver? The 440 heads really, especially if we're talking something like an M3 or something, they really do spin a lot less. That was nice, Matt.
Yeah, we want to replay that one?
Let's see that one. That was really nice. Just catching that one there for the guys. I mean,
Yeah,
that was your best one yet.
Yeah. A little more club speed.
Yeah, there's the ball speed we like.
Yeah.
Let me just click back in that, give the guys a slightly longer look at that. So, I mean, your first one snuck out to the left, okay, so maybe it was just getting a little bit of a feel for that one.
Yeah.
The middle two are a bit lower, so we're not bad here. Perhaps a little bit low in either launch or spin. We would want to nudge one of them up a little bit.
Right.
I would, based on trying to hit it a bit straight, I wouldn't mind seeing the spin come up to about the low twos.
So launch it around 10 and then spin
Be fine
a bit
with
more.
that. 10 to 12 launch, 2,000 to 2,300 in that little window somewhere.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It feels quite nice.
Feels quite good.
Very solid.
Okay.
I mean, coming from my driver, which is very dead feeling at this point because it's so old,
Right.
this feels very springy off.
Feels a little more lively.
A lot more lively. That's going to be left.
Yeah.
That's just club face.
You felt that one before it even left the face. Okay. I mean,
that would have been swing there.
That to me is the shot that we have to try and eliminate.
Yeah.
So that kind of slight into out path, the face hangs open. You hit it good. It came right out the middle of the face.
Yeah, I think I just went a little this way.
Yeah, you just got it
downswing.
underplaying a little bit.
I would blame myself on that one. That felt good. Turned it a bit, but
yeah,
it's a good spin.
those. I mean, that's a perfect example right there of the slightly low spin.
Yeah. So it's a little hot on the draw shot.
Okay. Let's go back to that last one. Decent. Right. Okay. Good start.
Switch it up.
Good start. There was two. This little cluster over here.
Yeah.
These little draws. Love those.
Yeah, me too.
Really want to eliminate those ones that are sneaking out to the left. That's what I'm really going to be working hard on here.
Okay.
Bringing the peak height. I'd love to see the peak height around 100, 105 feet.
Okay.
So
Those are way lower than I'm used to seeing, for sure.
yeah. Well, someone with the amount of speed you've got, Matt, it's just you've got so much velocity. Okay, I'm going to put together some couple other ones here.
Okay.
We're going to go Cobra F8.
Miura drivers. I'm assuming they don't make those in left hand. I'm assuming.
No, probably not.
That would be an unlikely event. So worth trying a closed face? No, because the left shots honestly are 99% my golf swing, not the club.
Exactly that, and that's exactly such a good point. You know, because we can't always cater to the bad shot.
Yeah. And I don't want to, just from my personal
Yeah.
feedback to you, I have no interest in band-aiding something.
Definitely.
I would rather you just looked at the shots that I said I hit that good, Ian,
Yeah.
and then fit for that shot, because I know that left shot is not the club's fault.
I completely agree. I mean, there's no point in ruining the good shots and good swings just because we're protecting against the bad swings.
So they're saying, why not try to up the loft on the Rogue?
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, you could do that. You could try something that has a little bit more.
But then you're going to close the face a bit when you do that. So you need to go up
or
to 10.
I think what they're maybe saying is like, why not use a 10-5?
Yeah.
You know, literally just go to a 10-5. You could. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I wouldn't even mind trying the non-Sub-Zero later.
We've got that one right here.
Yeah, because based on what you've seen so far, I probably don't need a crazy spin lowering that the Sub-Zero would have. Because that thing is about as low spin as anything you've got.
It's pretty low spin. M3 for me is the low spinning driver ahead this year.
M3,
okay. Yeah.
Do I want a high draw or a high fade? I would rather hit more high draws, very slight ones. I don't want to hit a big high draw, but I would like to be able to hit both shots.
For guys, when we're kind of making that decision as to whether we want high draw or high fade, we basically look at what the DNA of the golf swing is.
Yeah.
Inside path, more often than not, you're got a slightly closed face, and for that player, the good one should be a draw.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so we are switching to Cobra F8 Plus, same shaft, TPT. That shaft felt really good, by the way. I liked that one.
Okay.
So for those that aren't familiar with this shaft, Ian, it's very stable but doesn't necessarily feel super stiff. Is that kind of the story with that?
I think that's the real premium shaft all have that characteristic.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit, because the material content is so high quality,
Right.
you don't have to sort of create the feel of it being stiff by going low in torque and making it feel boardy.
Oh, do we need to re-tag this?
Up.
Yeah, no, this, of all the shafts I've tried here, this is probably the one that I end up going back to most often.
The 15 TPT.
I did like that, the Toursy Acra, but that's to me, a very different feeling shaft.
Yeah.
And the only other one was the Kurokage XT.
Yeah, you were good with that.
I liked that one too.
Okay. See, let's see if we can get a little bit more of the draw going here.
The other thing that'll be a factor with this is these are all built to 45 inches.
Yeah.
And swing weight wise, they'll be a little heavier.
The range is D3 to D5.
And I was at C4,
4.
so extremely different.
And that's, actually it's funny, of all the times I've seen you hit driver, we have never blueprinted your set to know. I didn't actually know that yours was so light.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense
right?
as to why your ball speed was so low.
Yeah. But people should know, like I ordered that custom from Ping.
Right.
I would have had to take it to a custom shop and say, please fix this.
Yeah, have the head hot melted.
They just put the shaft in it as what I asked. All right. Ooh. Yeah, it's left. Felt okay, just a little open.
Okay.
Not the best.
Leslie, just regarding lowering the loft on an M4 draw bias driver, are you saying this negates the draw bias completely? No, absolutely not. No, it's still, the internal weighting is still for draw. So it definitely doesn't negate it completely.
Yeah, those are just me. Those first two were just me.
Oh, spinny those ones, Matt.
Yeah, I just left the face way open. Huh. This is a 9 degree?
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got it set right now at 9.
Okay. That's low on the club. Face a little open.
Mm-hmm. Just shows, guys, when you change, keep the same shaft, change a different head, things really do change.
That I hit good.
It's high though.
It is high.
It's really, really soft in flight.
Be interested to see where the
Way too high.
strike was. It felt very solid.
Yeah, hair
little
low
low.
in the head.
So that's a little
Okay,
low.
yep. Don't need to see any more. Don't need to see any more in that one.
No good, you think?
No,
Yeah.
no, definitely not. After 2 shots, I could have probably stopped you with that one.
Yeah. Eh?
Just definitely going to be 2. I'm just trying to work in this G max here.
I'll hit one more while you do that.
Okay, go for it.
If I can catch one a little higher on the face, maybe we see the numbers. It feels nice.
I just like you're going to hit some shots with those strike patterns.
Yeah.
So we just can't
yeah.
entertain that result.
So 3,300 on a slightly low strike is brutal.
Way too low.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Matty, if you just tag in and just see a couple of questions here just while I'm doing this.
You want that shaft back?
Yeah.
So would you say it makes sense for us to kind of narrow down a head and then start testing a couple different shafts, or have we narrowed down the shaft and now we're testing?
We definitely haven't narrowed down kind of either yet. I'm looking for two things to happen right now. I'm looking for something that really controls that spin and also provides a little bit more face closure.
Yeah. Okay. What CPM is that TPT shaft? Someone's asking.
What CPM do we have it, or what does it come as a standard?
I guess. What would it come as?
It's as standard. It's about 265.
260. Is that considered stiff?
Yeah,
very stiff.
Very stiff. Yeah.
On
the rifle scale, 265 at 45 would be about 6.7, 6.8, maybe even close to 7.
Am I this erratic with my irons too? This guy is just killing me over here. Not hitting it that bad, pal. It's really not. Find me someone that hits every fairway.
It's not, I mean, people don't realize the margins that you work within when you swing at 118, 120 miles an hour.
It's a bit tough to...
It is exceptionally different from swinging at 100.
Yeah. Am I using a consistent tee height? Yes. I bumped it up a hair that last two shots because I was hitting it a bit low, but the shot that was just slightly low on the face, that spin was definitely higher than it should have been. So this is standard Rogue now. Standard Rogue Kurokage XT.
Hey Jonas, Ian, should you please elaborate on the talking point about ball speed versus swing weight? Would lead tape help the trick? Jonas, basically what we're seeing is when we're reducing the length of the club and it's significantly lighter, we don't have as much mass to hit the ball with. So mass is one of the kind of key factors in how much ball speed that we create. So, think of it as we're trying to nail a hammer, we're trying to hammer a nail into a wall. The bigger the hammer, the easier it is to nail it into the wall. Just more mass equals more speed, more ball speed in this case. Does Matt shape shots or prefer one shape? Randy, what do you prefer, Matty? One shape or?
I try to hit a few of both per round, but I would say standard would just be a little draw.
For the most part, you're trying to hit straight to a little draw.
There's a couple holes on the club I'm a member of where you definitely have to hit a fade, but other than that, I would probably just hit a little bit of a draw.
Matt, what is your role at TXG? Digital marketing expert. Matt actually has his own company. He doesn't work exclusively for TXG.
That's a good start.
Ooh, I like that one. That is the flight right there.
Is that less erratic?
Come on, Matty, step it up.
That was pretty good.
I love that one.
Because even though it was turned a bit, it was still...
Let me just see here, Matty, 1 second. Show you guys that flight. So, in the window that we were discussing earlier, we were trying to get the launch between 10 and 12, spin rate between 2,000 and 2,300. That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
That's literally ideal. 300 in the carry, 323, little draw, 170. I mean, if you're hitting it well, you're always 170 to 173.
At most,
ball
yeah,
speed.
usually 173.
That's where you peak out about 173-ish.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
And that was even slightly on the toe, so that's...
Guys, this is the Rogue standard head.
Yes.
With the Kurokage XT70 TX.
Yards? Something like that?
The green is about 15.
Okay.
Sorry guys,
So
we had a little bit of an issue there. Just it's not easy skipping between.
No, of course not.
these screens here just to let everyone see what's going on.
Well, you could, worst case, we can replay one if you really want to.
Yeah, that's good. Really, really good.
It's either, the thing is, guys, we either do it picture in picture and it's very hard to see, or we swap full screen and at least you can get a nice view of it. Just high on the face.
Morgan Rubes, are you not concerned with the 141 smash? Morgan, these monitors nowadays, they read every single head differently. So the smash is less a measurement of Matt's strike and more a measurement of how the monitor reads the head. So I'm more concerned about keeping them in the 170 ball speed. I'm not really overly concerned about the smash factor. Turning this one over a little easier, Matt.
Yeah, it feels good.
I mean, I like that we've only got it going one way right now.
Yeah, like that.
And we can really build on that. You know, we can start to really fine tune the spin and launch.
For me to hit a little bullet down the right side, I'd be okay with that.
Oops.
It's also, I mean, alignment-wise, it's a little hard to get aligned in here, to be honest, but...
Benjamin, I completely agree. So many people are obsessed with smash. I completely agree.
Out of the heel.
It's okay. It's if you're going to heel it and it goes with a little bit of a cut, but you know, certainly not causing you any damage.
No, I don't mind.
That's exactly what a heel shot should do.
Yep. The ball speed was okay still. Spin was okay.
So Joe's got an interesting question here, Matt. So retry the Cobra with the Kuro that Matt hit in the video. We had miserable results with the Cobra driver this morning. You know, those were some of the worst numbers I've ever seen with you with the driver spinning at mid 3000s and really high and erratic and spinny. I know it was a different combo, Cobra with TPT. I just wouldn't go back there anytime soon, especially not when we've got a head that we're really working well with right now. If you were down that chain of thought, you'd be at this for hours. Mm-hmm. You know, what about this head with that shaft?
And I also, when we tested that a few weeks ago, was swinging quite a bit differently. I was much more from the inside, hitting kind of big draws with that Cobra.
Yeah.
I think just my swing was, at the time, I think I was getting better results from it, but I was not swinging well, so I don't think I'd want to kind of make that one work. That's a good hit. That was a good hit.
This is really close.
I'm happy with that. That even faded just like 2 yards and it still got out there.
What this has kind of got going is when it does go left, it's barely going left, isn't it? I mean, it's just baby cuts.
Yeah, this shaft feels good.
It's been a good one. I mean, you've tested that shaft really well for
Played
quite
a few rounds
while.
of golf with this one. That's the only one I've actually taken outside.
Very nice. People are enjoying the Matsuyama pause as well, Matt.
Okay, it's a little better today, obviously. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's just a bad swing. That's just a bad swing.
It's interesting that the miss with this one appears to be a low right more than a high left.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Which I am happy with. That was just hit out of the bottom of the club. I mean,
Yep. We definitely don't worry too much about reacting to misstruck shots.
No.
Overcooked it. All right.
High toe.
High toe. All right. I like what we've got started here. This is the kind of first sign of what I'm really looking to do with you.
That one felt
today.
the best so far. That last one was just me hitting it on the toe. Okay.
If maybe run through, there's a bunch of questions about people asking about their own launch characteristics and what we would recommend. Have a look at a couple of those.
Tennessee Orange Pro, what kind of player would benefit from it? We've got a video up on that, actually, Chris. Just go to our channel homepage. It was up about 2 weeks ago.
Really stiff shaft, Chris.
Yeah.
You know, make sure your speed is in the 115 to 120 range. Really good for eliminating the hook.
Hook shot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hit one hook, but it was more like I was trying to smash it right.
Well, as well, and I think what it's shown is as well is the difference between Rogues, the standard Rogue and Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
You know, it's standard Rogue encourages more of a draw. Sub-Zero is definitely more fade biased.
Yeah. Is fatigue a factor in driver fittings? I would have to say.
Fatigue of the player.
Yeah.
Very conscious of how many drivers, especially in a driver's fit. Like I try to get all my work done up until about 50 shots, 50 to 60 shots.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're really just dialing it in.
Like for me, when I go hit drivers, to be honest, I can hit a couple hundred before I need to shut it down. So I'll be fine to hit more. But your average fitting, you can't go over 50, 60 shots.
It's also bad for the rhythm to hit so many shots, driver after driver.
Club. Yeah, same club.
You ever go to a PGA Tour event and watch those guys hitting drivers? They're probably hitting 7 or 8, and then they're switching it back to something shorter.
Yeah. All set?
Yeah.
Okay.
So different shaft profile. Liked what we had going with the head there. We're going to go with the Acra 475 M5. This is kind of I guess you'd probably call this similar to the X7-ish profile. This is a proper big boy shaft.
Right.
This is stiff.
Same exact head though.
Same exact head. I really liked what we were getting with that.
These Acra shafts, you can order them custom colors because I saw
they are. Yeah.
They do that to some degree. Is
Mm-hmm.
that? Oh
yeah, complete. I mean, you can literally
pick what you want.
Whatever design you want.
Yeah, because Tony Finau had a green one when he was with Cal
to match his
Callaway,
epic of last year. He's now playing the ping driver, but.
And these Callaway Rogues, you can order different colors on the.
You can go as custom as you want.
I'm not patient enough to wait for that to come in, but it is very cool.
It's very true.
If I ordered it in January, fine, but if it was right now, you got to wait.
Matt's hoping to be playing his driver by this afternoon. How was it, Matt? Not bad, a little push.
Wasn't unhappy with that.
That was a really good strike, actually. Just a little push.
I would assume the face will just be a hair open. Yeah.
How does Matt feel about the 10C white shaft? Have you hit that one, Matt?
No. Never tried the white, just the orange.
Andrew, an M3 may well be in Matt's future, so hang fire for that one. We'll give it a try as well. A little bit low and snappy.
That's going to be a strike issue only. I think I hit that high on the toe. I didn't hit it at all, apparently.
Okay. Right now, I'm really leaning towards trying to get you a little more spin.
Yeah, it's a little low.
It's a little low.
Fade a bit, yeah. I don't mind that shot.
Well, that was a bit of a miss hit low on the heel.
Very low on the heel.
Yeah, looked like we got a little bit of that. Robert, ideal launch angle for a driver of 100 miles an hour. Try and get to around 14 or 15. Robert, you should be in good shape. Make sure you're hitting up on it a little bit. That will kind of keep the spin down. And something like a 9.5 degree driver should be fine if you're hitting up on it a little bit.
That one I really hit good.
That was nice. Ideal.
Looks very low spin.
Yeah, it's long, that one, isn't it? Almost hold it.
A little high on the face, I guess, but
Matt, you know, I think there's one thing to kind of remember here for the guys to remember. You play very little golf, so this is something that we would expect a bunch of misses. I tell you what, I couldn't be upset with that little dispersion pattern at all.
No, if it's
left, it's not much. If it's right, it's not much.
Compared to how I hit my driver last year, this is a lot. I mean, this coming season, I'm going to play a lot more than I have been.
Okay.
But that pattern is pretty usable.
Dustin and Glenn, morning guys. Thanks for joining us, really appreciate it. When is Matt going to fit you for your new season, driver Ian? When are you going to fit me for my driver, Matty?
Next week. You want a bad fitting anytime you want. You are tinkering. It would be funny for you to you pick one that you know is the best.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what it is.
Yeah.
And then let me try to put something together for you.
Do the reverse.
Do the reverse. Of course, I wouldn't know what I was doing, and there wouldn't be a whole lot of chatter about,
a lot of size behind it.
It'd just be like, Ian, try this one. What do you think? No good? Okay.
You could get pretty close.
I like that.
How's this feeling?
It feels very good.
I like what we're seeing. Really like that flight. You've hit some bombs with this one so far.
Smashing this one a bit more.
Spin is definitely on the lower side.
It's very low.
Bit concerned about it.
Are those strike related, do you think?
They are a little bit high in the toe, aren't they?
Should I tee it down here, you think?
No, I just keep going with it, and we'll work through the shafts and the all the different things we do. I tell you what, I mean, on the PGA Tour, the guys on average will be slightly up and slightly towards the toe. Okay. 6 and 6 was basically the measurements I was given was the average strike on a PGA Tour player.
6 and 6.
6 millimeters up and 6 millimeters in the toe.
Yep.
You're pretty darn close.
So that's a good spot to hit it.
There's no, that's exactly why we're seeing the ball speed so good. The launch and spin's a little bit low, but we'll try and kick that spin up a little bit. David Hall, 303 carry with 1500 back spin. What? That's pretty good.
What? Hair open, but again, that
struck it good. Yeah.
Hit it good.
Struck it really good.
Where's that magic tee?
Oh, that was deep.
Yeah, that got out there, right?
Glenn, Glenn's saying your flight's too low, Matty.
Some of them for sure are, yeah. Do you think I'm starting to try to get this, lift this one up in the air a bit? I wonder.
Does it feel like you're consciously doing that?
Not consciously, no.
Let's see how much those are off to the side.
Because I'm curious about the path of that. Now, see, the path is still very neutral. That's just...
So, I mean, you are really neutral. Really neutral.
Like, it just shows how much punishment I get for 2 degrees open.
For 2 degrees
brutal.
open. Yeah.
That's not a lot open. To hit it 27 yards left because the face was too
and
open.
Realistically, 20 yards left, is
oh, it's fine. It's not in the fairway, but it's in the rough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, depends if. That's why I really want to get you a one-way mismatch because it depends where your start line is. Yes. If we're talking about a fairway that's 40 yards wide, if you're consistently aiming that down the right and hitting cuts in, it is in the fairway.
It's perfect. Yeah.
If you're aiming down the left, try to draw it, you're gonna miss it then.
And to be fair, I wasn't trying to hit either shot there. I was just looking for more or less a neutral kind of ball. That's good. I just seem to be hitting this high on the on the face, a little on the toe.
Everything is leaning towards a little ping action here.
Little ping action.
Little ping action.
All right, let me take a little breather. Answer some questions.
Tag in. We had a really quick swing guy with a quick swing in the other day, left-hander, and he actually broke one of the tips on our.
Really?
Yeah, bear with me here while I just do a little repair job.
It's a strong guy right there.
He was about 122 miles an hour, and he was hitting it in the toe a little bit, and it literally snapped the tip of the driver.
Huh. So the Acra shaft that I was hitting, guys, was the 475 M5. I think Tony Finau is using that shaft. It is very stiff. It doesn't feel super stiff, but it definitely plays quite stiff. Why didn't the Cobra perform this time compared to the others? It's a good question. I would say the variable in this case would have been my swing. So last time when I tried the Cobra, I was a lot more kind of sweepy and hitting big draws. I think I just got away with it and wasn't striking it low on the face, but trying to neutralize my swing a bit, I think it's not suiting me as well. What will the wind do to the low spin? Will the ball drop out of the air? So the wind. So the lower the spin, the less the wind affects it. All things being equal.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
But you want to balance, obviously. What's my handicap aim for the season ahead? I would be happy if I could get down to 2, realistically.
2 would be good.
Yeah, I'm planning to practice and play quite a bit more this year, so realistically, I think that's good. If it got a little better than that, I certainly would be ecstatic. Ian is not putting together the LST. You've got the max.
G400 max.
He's got the max going. Because the LST is likely going to be too low spin, Glenn, based on what I've been doing.
Yep.
Why not use a course view, they're saying, for the driving range? Augusta. I don't think they have that software. We're going to play around with it. I think you can. The problem is that it does have a course simulator, but it doesn't function as a driving range. It functions as an actual hole of golf.
Yeah. Maybe we can mess with that and see if we're pretty close with the guys at Foresight, and we can maybe look at doing something like that where we put Matt on a certain hole and you guys can see.
It'd be fun, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not more pressure, but it'd be
You're
fun.
all right. Love the pressure.
Oh, yeah. What else we got?
Okay, this I'm looking forward to seeing this one, guys. What I'm really trying to do with Matt here is kick this spin up a little bit, trying to get to even like if you're a hair high in the spin on spin and you're only hitting at 320 but hitting most of the fairways, good.
Oh, totally.
Completely fine with that. Matt has the luxury of having distance to give away.
Mm-hmm. Sammy is telling me to stick with my current driver.
Sammy, don't be silly.
Sammy, why don't you stick with your current driver? If you do it, I'll do it. And we'll
Sam
play.
just wants to win more of your money because he's in some new gear.
He'll be doing just fine. Little update for everyone. Sam's got his irons on order.
On order.
He's got his wedges on order. And he has his driver in but needs to be reshafted.
Yep.
So
Got to get that Acra CS1 in there for him.
Yeah. Soon to be fully outfitted. Okay. Same shaft.
Yeah, I liked how that one was performing
and
for
this
you.
is a G400 Max 9 degree and it's set neutral.
It's set 1 degree closed and a fraction upright.
Okay, so it's 10 degrees.
I'm trying to 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
So when we adjust the face angle by 1 degree, we adjust the loft by half of that measurement. So the face angle closes 1, the loft changes by half.
Gotcha.
G4.
So I'm sorry, then it's 9 and a half?
9.5, yep.
9.5, okay.
GZ.
It's too early in the morning for that kind of math.
Okay, Matt. Should really start to be dialing it in here.
The ball in the wrong spot.
Yeah, we should.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
good.
just put it in the wrong spot. That was my fastest swing of the day. Of course, it didn't pick it up.
Was it?
Yeah. 123. That was going to be a little in the heel, a little low in the heel.
Interesting. Mango Man, do you prefer drivers to fight a player's natural shape or exaggerate it to avoid the two-way miss? Do you prefer drivers to fight a player? I never try and fight a player's natural shape. I try to encourage the natural shape. So that's why for Matt, we're trying to get the draw going.
That felt really good. That has to be one of the best ones I hit today.
Such a good flight.
Definitely a little shorter.
Good. I mean,
that's very balanced.
That's objective, definitely.
Yeah, that's very balanced.
George, can a person swinging at 101 play an extra stiff shaft to bring launch angle down? You can do, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend going with a head that produces a slightly lower flight, and because the shaft is designed to create energy. By going too stiff, you create less energy.
Right.
So I would try and get the right head.
And you've seen that the head is making more difference anyway than the shaft.
Yeah,
for launch conditions.
We've always kind of seen that.
Yeah.
That's why when, you know, heads come out that have certain characteristics, like SLDR when it came out,
Yeah.
all the shaft company, it was so low spin, all the shaft companies had to make more tip soft shafts.
Right.
So
Right.
Blake H81, between a scratch and a +1 bit hitting balls indoors on a monitor has often been a struggle for me. Do you run across this often? Not, I wouldn't say often, but I have seen some players struggle a little bit indoors.
Okay, I lied. That one was better.
You've always done really good with this head since we started
this
hitting it.
driver. I don't know why. I really like
I think it's just because it's so forgiving and you've got so much speed. It's such a nice blend.
It's a bit of a confidence thing too.
Now look at where those strikes are. They're definitely not in the right spot.
No, I could be getting more out of this too. Did we have that shot up for the screen?
Yeah, we did have that one up. Yeah.
Okay. See if I can hit one a little higher on the face. It's definitely higher on the face.
How'd you hit it?
Very good.
This driver's really good.
I felt like I swung a little faster. I felt like I hit it better. See what it looks like. I don't know if that's the dots maybe. Is it possible that where we have these dots is showing those? Didn't feel like a low strike. It's funny.
Let me see.
I have noticed when I've tested this driver that my strikes always look low.
Those two middle dots are the ones that create the dynamic lie angle, and they're pretty much in the middle of the head. So it's just
maybe it's just my perception of it.
PJ Hugh, fellow Scotsman now in Australia. Ian, where did you play your golf in Scotland? I played it just outside Glasgow. I was an assistant pro at a club called Cardross, just outside Glasgow. When the club is upright, what does that do to the face angle? Close it, open it, or close it? It closes it if it's too upright, George. Oh, sorry, Chris asked that one.
That's a push. Let's just swing.
Yep. Definitely not wayward or wild though, Matt.
No,
that
I
extra
be mad
spin.
at that. Would not be happy or unhappy with that at all.
Yeah.
That was just my swing path was a little behind me. It's better though. Swinging better than I have been, which is a relief. It's just a bad swing. A little quick. It's manageable though.
Yeah, I actually thought that one was going to be quite a bit worse than that.
Yeah.
You pulled that one.
Pretty manageable. Just a little over the top of it, a little close.
Yeah, a little low in the head. Matt, nudge your tee up a fraction. You're hitting this one a bit low in the head.
It's funny, the face looks so much shallower that I think I'm naturally...
Does it really?
It isn't though, is it?
No. No.
It's all psychological because I look down.
I mean, if you think of the footprint of a G400 Max, it's so big.
Right.
Like if we condense that footprint, it makes the driver seem taller, just smaller and taller.
Psychologically, though.
Yeah. Yep.
No, because you're right. I've been teeing it down just.
Johnny Gregg, have you ever played the old course Ranfurly in Scotland? Never, John. I've never played Ranfurly. How was that one?
Felt good.
Looked really good there. Let's just pick up on that. Nice. Started down the left side, just drawn back.
The spin seems pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent in doing exactly what we asked for it to do, which was to be a little bit on the higher side.
Yeah.
Averaging 25.87 on the spin, 11.5 degree launch. Averaging just a shade under 170. Happy with that. I mean, that's high. That was pretty high.
Yeah. And why was that so high? The launch angle?
A little bit of launch and spin.
Right.
All three. I mean, speed creates height, launch obviously does, and spin gives it lift as well. So.
Right. That was probably one of the better ones I've hit.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That was good. Really good.
So that, to me, if I was to give you feedback, I'd say that's one of the best swings I made, and then you tell me how good that is based on the numbers.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's as close to perfect as you'll get in terms of your launch conditions.
Right.
Launch, spin, speed, all of that is good. Love that. Okay. Let me just take a little deeper dive into this one and just see.
Do you want to do a compare of the ones we've done so far?
Yeah, let's do that. There's
Some
a
of them are
couple
high.
here. I mean, this one's consistent. Look at how much more consistent the spin rates are. Ball speed's consistent. You know, a couple of miss hits in there. Throw that one out. I can toss that one out. These are the ones I just want to get. I want to get away from these overly high ones.
Right.
I want to just get that down a little bit. Okay, let's play this. Let's change this one, Matt. Let's turn the loft down a little bit on this one. Start to dial this driver in. It's close. It is close.
Yeah, it is. So far, that's my favorite.
Right.
Why is my ball speed low compared to my club head speed?
Don't worry too much about that. Like we were saying earlier, the ball speed. The only thing we don't really want to worry about how the launch monitor is reading club head speed. It's more about what the outgoing speed is on the ball speed.
This, all things being equal, will measure more club head speed than a TrackMan.
Correct.
So I'm probably on a TrackMan swinging 118.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right. And then in that case, 173 is pretty good.
Really good. Yeah, we definitely don't get too concerned with trying to kind of keep the smash over that high.
Like if you saw a massive disparity where someone was barely getting any ball speed, then maybe you'd think something was off. But
yeah, I've just obviously we're going to gauge your ball speed and kind of highest is best.
Yeah.
So if you're 172 and we see you hitting one particular driver at 167. We obviously know we're leaking a little bit of speed. Ian, how do you calculate how a driver and shaft combination will work, say into a strong breeze regarding the ball spinning, dropping out the sky? Jim, we in terms of calculating it, it's more just having knowledge of the characteristics of the head and shaft. Making sure the dynamic loft is low enough relative to your angle of attack, that type of stuff. So, and maybe give me a little context, Jim, on where you play and kind of what your own driver's doing. I can maybe fill in some blanks on what could work better for you.
This is a 9 degree, right?
Ian, you may have so anxious I can't go start my round till Thanks, Michael. We appreciate you delaying your tea time to watch us. This is 9, yeah. Okay.
I'm just adding. What color should I put on here? Have you done green?
Any.
You do green.
Go green. Matt, what you 6 feet?
Just under.
Just under 6 feet?
Yep.
Johnny, yeah, we'll definitely be testing some long irons in the next few weeks. We'll test the UDI and some other ones, the Strixon U65, the PXG long irons as well. Little open face, Matt.
Yeah, it's me.
Do you feel that one?
Definitely me. Again, not brutal, but just
D Goldie 101. How important is the client's feeling confidence with a particular club compared to the numbers? Huge. The feeling and the feedback from the player are massive.
Hit very solid, but I guess a little
not bad.
A little close.
That's what the good one should kind of look like. Maybe a little more curved, but
yeah. Again, it's alignment-wise. If I'm playing a draw, I probably wouldn't aim down the center either. So this is just half a degree less loft.
Little, and I've actually neutralized the lie angle as well, so it shouldn't curve as much.
A really good hit. Surprised it's fading, to be honest. Not by much.
Mustang 5, given the UST Platinum, we don't carry UST shafts, unfortunately. Ian, does Matt's pause at the top of his swing hinder his tempo at all? I wouldn't say it hinders it. I would say it's one of the reasons Matt creates so much speed.
It's the only way I can play golf.
With a pause.
I cannot play if I get quick. I'm so awful.
You know, it's interesting, Matt, when you look at people and the way they do everything in life and how their golf swings mirror that. So, you know, you're a laid back guy, you know, you're chilled. Your golf swing is very laid back,
right.
and you know, that's where it comes from. But you see people who are very fidgety and very fast twitch in everything they do.
Like Brant Snedeker, for example.
All those guys have super fast transitions in their golf swing. So you just don't, that's just your natural body rhythm. That's not just golf, that's whether you're talking or walking or moving and whatever. So you can't impede someone's natural body rhythm.
Yeah.
Russell wants to see me hit.
You will.
Might be coming up soon.
I think we'll film something with you hitting today.
Debut today.
Maybe not live.
I might record that one. Yeah, don't. So give us some feedback. What's going on here with this one?
Those last two felt extremely good. I was surprised to see that they faded.
Okay, so I'm going to get a little less engaged in the questions, and I'm going to get a little more into the fit here.
It honestly feels really close though. Like that driver is. We didn't hit like shaft wise. Is there any point in switching to a different shaft?
Yeah, at this point I'm kind of
right.
I'm leaning towards some other shafts here.
Are the results from the GC quad consistent to what I see on the course? Yes.
It is so ridiculously accurate.
I remember the first time I came in with Sean and we were hitting, and I was shocked because I've tried every launch monitor before this, and I never, even like TrackMan indoors I had tried, and it gives you some weird ones.
Gives you some wonky numbers.
This thing is unbelievable.
Flight scope's the same. It really gives some funny numbers.
Yeah.
Quad indoors is by far, it's actually not even close.
No.
Of all the launch monitors I've tried, I mean, I was a TrackMan user for 10 years.
Right.
And I still love TrackMan, to be honest. I love a lot of things about TrackMan.
It just has to be outside, that's all.
We just have to be able to trust the numbers.
Yes.
Matt, has any driver stood out?
This one.
You like this one so far?
I did like the standard Rogue as well, to be fair, but I like this one so far. I just feel like I'll hit more fairways with this.
Drake says he's seen 14,000 backspin on TrackMan before.
Not a good sign.
No, that's a bad sign.
Unless it was a 70-degree wedge.
1 second, Matt. I'm just going to add this one. G400.
So we've not done too bad. 44 shots, and we're kind of rounding into the punchline.
We're getting close. Yeah. We're getting close.
Versus the 260 shots for my iron fitting that I had to hit.
All right. Guys, if we answer a few less questions in the next 10 minutes, is because I'm really going to start paying attention to every detail of the numbers here. Okay, Matty.
One of the best. That's probably the first one I felt like I actually hit a little higher than center with.
I absolutely love that flight. Let's see if I can replay that for the guys actually.
Oh, you got it up there, cool.
Okay, guys, this was the last one that Matt hit there.
It's probably like a 5-6 yard draw.
Really good.
Yep, that's the shot.
A lot of questions, Matt, and I don't want to interrupt your flow because I want to let you really start grooving it. But one of the questions we're getting a lot of is, how come no TaylorMade yet? How come no this driver yet?
Yeah.
If you keep flip-flopping out of driver manufacturer every 2 minutes, what we're really hindering is your ability to start getting accustomed to something. Yeah. I learn less about what you do with certain drivers. So as soon as we see the characteristics of what we're looking for, like this one, we saw the spin come up, we've seen the ball flight stabilize, we've seen you time this shaft really well. those are all things I love. I'm not trying to fit Matt or any golfer into any one brand.
Yeah.
As long as I see the right characteristics, we're going to go there.
I would have to say to you, I don't like this driver. Give me the TaylorMade for then you to
for
make
us
that
to then
change.
change our mind. Exactly. Yeah.
To be fair, I've hit the M3 a fair amount in here.
Yeah.
I just found I was a little
You found you were wayward with it.
erratic, but I mean, that's so subjective, as you know. It's just.
Yeah.
Like those last two were really good. I could have started that a little more down the left, but it's a good hit.
I mean, if we are aiming that down the left side of the fairway and turning that back in, doesn't get much better than that.
No. Missed that one.
Ah.
That felt pretty good too.
Yep. I would have guessed it might have been down the left side.
Yeah, it was. It would have probably, if it drew back, it would have been kind of a big draw, but this said it was 298, 2300 spin, 13 launch. Didn't show me the side angle, but so it would have been a decent one.
Okay. Good rhythm on this one. So you're starting this down the left. You're going to draw it back.
I'm going to aim a little left. I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Definitely started left. There we go. That's the shot.
Boys, we're cooking now.
Yeah, and I see what you mean about getting. I am getting a little more comfortable with this one.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a hair more spin.
It's exactly what it should do low in the head.
Yep.
That was a little lower launch, little more spin. The exact shape we're looking for. Mitch, yep, BCAAs in the morning. Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're rocking there?
Yep.
I had an apple this morning. Any BCAAs in that?
Nope.
It's really low in the head. That is like not bad at all though.
Really, really good. Love that if that's going to be your miss.
Like that was a crap strike. Complete crap. Huh. And as you said, under 3,000 spin.
Eric, thanks for joining us, buddy. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
If anyone, I should mention, if anyone's tuning in now, you can actually rewind.
Oh, yeah?
And rewatch it, yeah. So you can rewind right to the beginning. If you just came, you can rewind right back and watch it. We did not do that last Monday, but I discovered that setting over the weekend. Okay. So stick with a little bit of a draw here?
Yeah. Keep this going down the left side, turn it back.
Like that?
That's the miss. That's the one where you get the shaft a little under plane.
Yeah, that was
the handle comes up and the face opens too much.
Awful swing. My first awful swing today.
Benjamin, how reliable self-diagnosis at the range, playing with driver settings, then observing the flight? Not that reliable at the range. One of the keys, guys, to when you're doing testing is the golf ball. At the driving range, you're going to see some funny things from the golf ball. If you're going to do driver testing, get out in the course, take 10 or so balls on a quiet night and go and test some certain holes.
That's a good hit. Just turned it a little bit.
Turned it a little bit.
Maybe
reacting a little bit to the last one.
Yeah. Those two are just swing.
Russell, yeah, we do try and do a weekly video around this time on a Monday, don't we, Matt? We're trying to make this a regular. It's been why in the bag, isn't it? But you know,
so if it's not something like this, we may start filming on another day. But we'll post something on Mondays.
Yep.
Whether it's live or not.
Steve, we're using Strixon.
You got Z stars here.
Z star balls, yeah.
That was a really good hit. Just a hair close, but would not be upset with that.
That's the flight.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is the flight.
And a path is pretty neutral. Like 3 degrees in to out is okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3 degrees is great, especially while you're trying to encourage the draw.
I was trying to hit a draw.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would it make sense to hit a couple fades right now, or am I getting off track?
Yeah, let's keep it. Once we get to a finished spec, and we're not far away from that.
Okay.
we can start there. We've
So
probably
one more
got
little draw.
probably 10 shots left. Could Matt go through an end-to-end wedge fitting? Sure. I think Matt would like to have all the clubs in the bag dialed in.
Yeah, we can do that one live
We
too,
can
sure.
do that one.
Maybe next week. Ooh,
How was that one?
really surprised it's curving that much, but I struck that one really good. It's not awful. It's just a bit of a...
It's definitely not awful.
No, but it's a little right, obviously. But I think I just... Yeah, it's funny, like that. Those face angles, I'm really becoming aware of how narrow my margin for error is. It's a little frightening, to be honest.
Cheers, Justin. Thanks for joining us, buddy. A little quacker.
Yeah.
Okay,
Give me a little 2-second break here.
let me
adjust
swap out a little bit.
TrackMan numbers with range ball is reliable. They're different.
No, definitely not.
Totally different.
I mean, TrackMan has a setting for the range ball to sort of try to compensate for the lack of speed and extra spin, but it's pretty inconsistent.
We do plan on doing a ball fitting as well, yes. That will happen.
And if people are asking or wondering why we're sticking with the ping head, Matt has got so much speed. The ping head is by far the most forgiving in the market right now. Highest MOI with kind of overall pretty kind of mid spin, I would say, mid launch, but super forgiving. That's why I like it so much for Matt.
Yeah. Well, I like it because I feel like I'm not afraid to miss hit it that much. If you miss hit it a bit, it's not killing me, that's for sure.
I think one club I'd really like us to fit you for, Matt. I'm really keen to see if we fit you to a fairway wood, what happens.
Fairway wood?
Yeah.
Like a different brand?
I'd really like to do that one. Okay.
Okay, so we're back to the Kuro Kaji
We're
XT.
back to the Kuro yet. We haven't hit this combo yet.
Someone asked if it would be worth hitting my driver at the end. Normally I would say yes, but I do not want to have that driver anymore. I would like to say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
It does not feel right. It feels...
I think that question was in relation to your speed going up.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe they missed the bit at the end where we talked at the start where we said about it being an inch short and very light.
Right.
So
I could probably catch a few with my driver that do go as long as this, but dispersion-wise,
you think as long?
Maybe not quite as long.
Yeah.
Like if I hit a huge draw, maybe.
I mean, I've never really. Your one goes about 300.
With mine, yeah.
With yours,
Yeah,
that's a decent one. And these ones are going about 320 to 325.
But even as we said, like it's the distance is really not why I would want it to do this.
No.
It's not at all what
we're
my
not
goal
building
was.
you the longest driver out there.
No.
It actually might be an idea. One of these videos to let's build you a long driver. Let's show the difference between a super long driver and something that's more consistent.
Didn't we do that video?
We've done so many videos.
We did that video.
Did we?
Yeah. Remember I had this?
Long versus accurate,
Yeah,
of course.
I had this and I had the Sub-Zero. That was a good video. Not memorable for you, obviously.
They're all memorable, Matty.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I just turned it a little bit. How did it feel?
Oh, pretty good. Low
Pretty
on
solid?
the face. Low on the face though.
Okay. Robert, 45-inch drivers. Yep.
And I haven't. If anything, I'm preferring the feel of this over the shorter one. The shorter one at this point just feels strange to me.
Okay.
My driver. That I hit good. Huh.
Yeah, turning it a little bit.
Surprised.
It's good. I can definitely open the head a little bit and cut some of that out. Ben, who fits Ian for clubs? Can you fit yourself or do you get conflicted? Yeah, I fit myself. I kind of know my tendencies and preferences, and I've kind of got some old equipment. I've got a 2016 TaylorMade M2. I've got some old Strix, well, they're a couple of years old Strix irons.
We'll do your driver fitting for sure. You can just fit yourself.
Yeah.
I'll stand back there and watch.
Ian, I think you should use this.
Oh, I'm not going to say anything. I'll answer live chat questions.
Benjamin spotted these T's pinging right up in there.
Yeah,
Says you're going to take a light bulb out.
So new light bulbs, better not.
That sounded good. Down the left side.
Yeah. Might have been a bit of an overreaction to that hook, but that's quite solid. Shaft feels quite a bit different. I want to say it feels softer. Does that make sense?
The torque is higher. That's why. Yep.
Should be a big draw.
It's okay.
That's a good hit, yeah.
That is okay.
Actually happy with that, yeah. Whoa. It's probably the longest one of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Just got a little behind me. Saved it though. Okay, that
one's good.
Very good, yeah. That would be a good representative of a really good swing for me.
Yeah, I really like that one. That's your best ball speed output of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
173.
So what was the thought process going back to this shaft versus the Acra?
You've been really good with both. It's for you, Matt. It's like I think a lot of people will look at this and kind of look at us doing these fits and go, you know, we've got to do this for launch and this for spin. We're using the right head and the right shafts profiles. I just have to create the right timing, or help you create the right time. Certainly not me creating the right time, but I've got to pick the right shafts that are going to allow you to release it properly. Like what I'm seeing from this right now is exactly what I want to see. Okay. Those last two were so good. Ron's nailed it there. He said 2 good strikes, good tempo with that XT. I completely agree, Ron. That's exactly what I'm trying to dial in right now. A little bit low in the head.
Like that's
good.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah,
a little low, but
maybe
fractional.
Yeah, definitely fractional. It's still out over 300 on the fly.
Yeah. And I was probably a little bit more neutral in my swing. Yep. Yeah, that's killer, man. Like this really feels.
You feeling pretty comfortable with this one?
I would have been happy with that Acra too. But this, I guess this doesn't feel quite as stiff as that one. I don't know.
But and that makes sense, doesn't it, for someone with a tempo like yours? I mean, stiff is probably, when it feels stiff, you probably internally feel like you have to try and do a bit more.
Maybe.
Try and work it a bit more. When you feel like it's smoother and, you know, the shaft, you don't have to work as hard to move the shaft. That kind of keys into your timing, I think, Matt.
I agree. Yep. And I haven't hit this combination before.
Never
tried
this is the first time, which is unusual for us. We've normally tried every combo.
Generally, I come in here a little early and I've hit 100 balls before you show up even. It's too much fun not to try everything. Yeah, I'm really feeling good with this.
That. Just turn that over a little bit. Honestly, I want you to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's just me. I just got a little bit flippy with my hands, but
Johnny
seems a little lower.
Sensing a conflict here. In the shorter shaft, Matt's dispersion was better, and he was.
Nope.
Why would you not? Why do you fit for 45?
Definitely not better. That video we did.
You remember we done the short. So, Johnny, the interesting thing is, when we carry about 120 driver shafts, we obviously can't carry. Yeah. We can't carry them in standard and short. I would gravitate towards fitting you to 45. And if you had dispersion issues, then look at short.
Tip it a bit.
Then just dial it back. Add a little hot melt and do that. Yeah. Right now, to be honest, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from 45.
Important to say that day was a single session with me. I could have been swinging a bit different. And that particular day, yes, I definitely hit the 44.5 a little better.
Yep.
We could do that test again right now, and
Sure.
there could be no difference.
Oh, Cam Kennedy's on the
Cam.
on the live stream. I'm surprised Cammy's up this
I was
early
just
this
going to
day
say,
off.
nice of you to wake up for us, Cam. So I just leaked that a bit. Just a little on the toe. Maybe a little out of rhythm on those, but
This is also, Johnny, this is also a single session. Your response defies logic. Johnny, it doesn't, what we're basically saying to you is that, you know, in that session, on an Acura 370 M5, which could be the complete wrong shaft for Matt, he hit a shorter driver better that day.
yes.
If Matt's dispersion was bad right now, we would recommend potentially going shorter as a solution. We're not contradicting ourselves.
No.
We're just saying that that's a solution that you could potentially look at to hit it a bit straighter. I think
The moral of the story of that video was give it a shot, and if it is better, then
ultimately you're going to tell me what you feel most comfortable with.
Yeah.
You've said you feel more comfortable with actually going longer a little bit, and as long as I'm not seeing anything dispersion, you know, why would we go against that?
yeah. It's good, just left
Just
it.
blocked it a little bit.
I'm still trying to hit these draws, so should I probably
You're working it a little bit.
should we mix in a fade just to confirm, or are we not at that point yet?
Robert says, why does it seem quiet at TXG today? TXG's closed today. We tend to film now on Mondays just so we don't get the traffic from around the facility.
Yeah. Okay, let me try to pipe one more here.
Just got a little wayward, Matty.
Yeah, I'm just getting a little tired, I think.
Okay. Was Matt's idol Mike Weir growing up? Who was your golfing idol growing up?
Always Tiger.
Yeah.
Always Tiger. I like Mike Weir, but
All right. Give us, what's the shot? Talk to us a little bit here.
okay. I'm going to try to hit like a maximum 10-yard draw.
Start down the left side, turn it back.
Yeah. I think I just started aiming way too far left. There we go. Pretty straight.
Yeah. You just got you were just hitting your shots a little too quick there. In between, you weren't
rhythm-wise?
taking much time between
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
That happens. Really good.
So that is pretty much what we're trying to do.
That's it doesn't get much better than that flight.
That was, what was that, 23 and 11 or whatever?
172 ball speed at 12 launch, 2300 spin, 116 peak height. Now, if that's your peak height when you hit it down the left side, and if we draw it, we would expect to see that come down a little bit,
Yep.
which is good.
So that's not a concern?
No, not at all. If you look at these flights as well down the left-hand side, Matt, they're more pushes than cuts.
Yeah, no, I didn't fan any of them the way I was before.
You've just matched up the face. Okay.
What do you think?
No, I like it a lot. I
Yeah.
like it an awful lot. Let's just go one more for you to try. What else we got going on in the questions there?
So if you've got someone who prefers a heavier shaft in the driver, would you want to add weight to the head to, I guess, rebalance the club, make it feel a bit heavier at the bottom? That's a swing weight question.
Yeah, I mean, if they're struggling to have awareness of where the face is, yeah, you definitely want them to sense the head a little bit more.
Right.
But you know, the swing weight would be pretty high if we added shaft weight and head weight at standard length.
Mm.
There was a question there, Matt, about the you know, ping being a hot head.
Yeah.
At TXG right now. It's probably our top performing driver right now.
Right.
I think across the board, there's so many people fit that driver head really, really nicely. You know, whether you're LS Tech, whether you're standard G400, whether you're G400 Max, there's something in there for everyone. I was actually at our Burlington store yesterday, and I was clearing out some old shafts because obviously we don't use the stock shafts when they come in.
Right.
The amount of ping shafts that we had in the Burlington location is an indication of how many we've sold. It's incredible.
Really?
I'd probably, I don't know, I almost had as many ping shafts as I had TaylorMade and Callaway combined.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is crazy. And that's across, you know, 4 club fitters, and we all have our preferences for what we like, and it seems that all the guys are getting great success with G400.
Right. Someone was asking if I could try to crank one. I don't know what if I'm not trying to crank them now. I don't know what.
Could you try to crank one?
It probably would just start going sideways, to be honest. Okay, so M4, 9.5 degree M4. Or did you adjust the loft?
We are playing it as standard.
Standard, okay, and same shaft.
Ron, we're using M4 right now. That's exactly what we're. Ron's asking for an M4, so we're giving him an M4, Matty.
Asking you will receive.
This shaft is so good for you.
I really do like it.
70 TX, so it's, you know, certainly heavy and strong, but just I think that, like we talked about, that the profile just suits your timing so well, how you load it.
And this compared to the TPT.
Yeah, actually,
pretty similar.
To be honest, pretty similar.
Probably couldn't go wrong either way.
Probably couldn't go wrong either way. I would say the XT is a fraction stiffer.
It is, okay.
Than the TPT.
Right.
So if we're looking at cutting down your dispersion, definitely prefer to see that. M4 could carry XT, sorry, 70 TX.
Good?
Yes. That's good. Very good.
Struck a little high on the face.
We like those high toe ones for you, Matt.
Yeah.
Launch it up, spin it less.
So seriously, this face is not deeper than that G400 Max. Like,
I mean, and if it is, you know, you're getting the digital calipers out to see how much. It's not much.
It's funny how different it looks.
DJ says, cut an inch off your old driver, it'll fit in the bin easier. He's already cut an inch off it.
I'll cut 15 inches off it with my knee. That was, hitting it high in the face.
Oh boy.
Feels fine, it's just...
That's a little bit of a knuckleball there.
Yeah.
High toe?
Yes, yeah. Both of those were high in the face.
How does M4 MOI compare to Ping? You mentioned that Ping had very high MOI. Ping has the highest MOI, they always do. It's their design feature that they try and kind of have an advantage over the rest of the companies out there. That's a little low in the head.
A bit of an overreaction going lower, yeah.
Okay.
I'm hitting it pretty good though.
You're hitting it fine. Thoughts, Leslie? Thoughts on TM twist face? Works or Martin gimmick?
We gotta wait till we hit one on the side of the face.
Yeah, I would say it's not as effective as the early indications would have suggested.
We're finding out live right now.
Yeah, it's a good driver though.
It is a good driver, yeah. Ooh.
Down the left side, smoked that, Matty.
I thought that, it's nice to see that draw back.
Thomas is asking what's his iron shaft length for 5-iron. Matt would be on a 5-iron 38.5. No, sorry, 38. Your standard, you're not playing them half over, eh? Standard 38 inches.
You tell me, you fit me for them.
I thought
they were definitely standard.
It's
yeah.
definitely standard.
Yeah.
How does this head feel?
It feels very
good as well.
I don't know if I look down with as much confidence at it, but it feels really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to be hitting it pretty good too. That's just a little toey. So what was your thought with going to this, just to test it out versus the Ping, basically?
Both are very, very straight drivers. Both of these heads are producing lots and lots of good results. If someone's looking to be a little more accurate, G400 Max and M4 are pretty much my two go-to drivers this year.
Right.
Let's do a little side by side.
Seems to be lower spin, this guy, partially because I'm striking it higher on the club.
Look how similar that is.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So right now what we're seeing is the spin rate off the M4 is lower. You just alluded to that.
Yeah, it's just I think it's just strike point for me.
Club data. So you're catching it higher in the head, which is a good reason why you're producing a little bit less spin.
Huh.
I mean, are you going to make a bad choice with those two? No, probably not.
No.
Those are great numbers. Really great numbers.
Is that enough of a rep there?
Yeah, let's hit a couple more. I want to just catch 2 or 3 more with this one. It's not far away, this driver as well.
Feels good, yeah.
You could definitely play this one.
Feels good. I definitely tend to hit it higher on the club than the other one. Trying to keep my tee height the same. It's weird.
Tom, striking M4 worse and getting the same numbers. Is it worse?
Not worse, but higher. Higher for sure. Higher on the face.
See, yeah, I mean, we caught one low and the other ones are right in that upper toe quadrant.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to see that sort of little pattern.
He probably
Someone's going to hit it anyway.
In this case, it's striking it for a lower spin strike. Not necessarily worse, but...
Worse relative to what you need.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because for me, striking it lower was giving me a straighter flight with the Ping. It's just a bad swing.
Okay. Woody thinks that the TaylorMade's more your style, Matt.
Just the look of it, eh?
I think Matt might disagree in that one.
I mean, it looks nice, but... When I was 18, I probably would have made a driver choice based on that, but probably not.
Matt is hitting it higher in the face. Is that the driver head or the shaft causing that? I don't think either are causing it. I think it's just this head plus that shaft.
Yeah,
equals
the
result.
combination. It's the same shaft we hit in the Ping. That's a good hit.
Yeah, really nice. Down the left side with a baby draw.
This one's going further. There's no question.
I think this one has a little more horsepower in there.
Yeah.
I say more horsepower, I think it spins less.
It's just the backspin, yeah.
It's just the spin.
The ball speed is exactly the same. Let me try to really tee this one lower.
Right, squeeze one out there with a little more spin for us. Even if it's aiming a little bit right and just cutting one in.
Okay. It didn't fade, did it? Just straight. Maybe faded 2 inches. What was that spin? I didn't see.
1944. So that's the occasion where you need it to spin at that point.
Yeah.
Look at the ball speed spike up there, 174.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm really hitting it high in the face.
Just double crossing yourself a little bit.
I should add that I haven't exactly been practicing hitting fades. So
No, it's been a while since we've asked you to do that.
I'll try one more.
Okay, hit one more with this one and then we're going to go back to the Ping.
Okay. That should fade. Nope.
No. So you can't fade this one.
I just-
Interesting.
I don't know if it's the club's fault, but I'm having trouble hitting a fade.
All right, let me steal that one.
Those are just pulls. Someone's asking if the lie angle on the TaylorMade would be different than something else.
Different than something
Like a
else,
different
as in
ping or
another
something.
head.
Yeah, would they come standard in a different lie angle?
I mean, it depends what we're setting at. I mean, the lie angle is variable depending on how we have the face.
Right.
If we're talking head to head, yeah, they're going to be slightly different, but within a degree or so of each other. But it really depends what we're looking for the head to do. I just think the spin you had in that ping was a little bit more friendly, Matt.
I agree.
TaylorMade, you could potentially hit a little longer.
Mm-hmm. But if I practiced with this and started getting my strike up a bit,
Yeah.
I could probably still get some similar. My putter fit be live as well, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, we know we keep talking about doing putter fits. We are going to get
You know what? I bet you doing it live is a good idea to start with. Because remember we were trying to shorten that video up, and we just couldn't.
Yeah.
We should probably just do
Just
it
go
live.
live.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. We're going to go live.
Going live.
Okay, 1 sec. Sorry,
right,
but
tag
get
it.
back into the ping here.
So did we adjust or did we just go back to where we were?
We're basically playing this G400 9-degree neutral XT 70TX.
Okay.
Down the left side, little draw.
A little on the heel. It's a good hit though.
DJ wants you to hit a little fade with a ping.
Should we try fade?
Sure. It'll be interesting to see if there's a difference when you try to fade this one.
I mean, there's no technical reason I couldn't fade that TaylorMade. Maybe it was just the way I was swinging it. No, that definitely.
Oh boy. That's a fairway finder.
Yeah. That spin seemed pretty low still, eh?
There's a bunch of people just switched off that you just cut it 323 into the fairway. People have just, the viewers have dropped.
That was a good swing. Okay, I'll try to hit a little draw again. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I have to get this one.
I mean, I know everyone sees this differently. Everyone's going to be watching this with their own idea. If anyone thinks there's a better driver we've hit today than this one, I just would have to.
There's no way.
Oh, there's just no chance. There's no chance. This has been so good for you.
And I definitely agree with you on the shaft.
Yeah, just
something about it. What it is, I don't know.
It just matches your tempo. It's just that's it's
because the acro was
what it
close.
is. I mean, if you're somebody who's a crazy loader, then maybe this shaft might feel a touch soft, and you might need to tip it to get a different feel out of it.
Right.
We have standard tipping in all of our demo shafts, so 70TX is just exactly what you need.
Should we go after one to appease that one question?
Let's see what the long one looks like.
That's a disclaimer. This is not a dispersion challenge. This one's going to be maximum speed.
Oh, the tee height's just been bumped up, guys. Stand back.
Grip it right at the butt end.
Turned it a little bit.
It's probably faster swing, but I doubt it went further because it was lower.
Just shows you, doesn't it?
So I wonder if my swing speed even went up. Yep. So way more speed, but it didn't actually.
Didn't translate.
Because I need to get that.
Let me just show the guys what you kind of got that one up to. That's as a little FY. That's probably the fastest I've ever seen Matt's.
Yeah, that's the fastest I've ever hit one.
I've ever seen his club and ball speed.
So the strike was just low?
Strike was just low, it just robbed you a little bit. But I tell you what, in a strike that's that far below the equator of the club, if you're spinning it at 2100,
Like this thing is really sweet for that.
Really good. Really, really good.
Okay, one more try.
One more. Oh man.
That will go further. Fly.
Yeah, that's good. That's the one, you always got to know when to end it in the right timing.
That would be the one.
And that is right there and right now.
Okay, so
Beautiful.
Ping G400 Max, 9 degree, no adjustment to the face.
Standard. Just
Totally
you know,
standard.
we tried upright, we tried a little open, we tried a bunch of things. You were just absolute best and could hit it both ways.
Yeah.
And just shape it really nicely when you had it standard. Let me come around the other side and we can kind of wrap this up. Apologies, guys. We've done an absolute miserable job at cutting this down to an hour. It's at an hour and 45 again.
We didn't do it at all. It was
we
exactly
didn't do
the
it
same
at all.
length.
So, I mean, I think that was the right process. We went through some slightly stiffer stuff to see if that matched your speed. We went through some different heads. We went through Cobra F8. We went through Rogue Sub-Zero.
Yep.
G400 Max.
5 or 6 different heads.
Yeah.
4 or 5 different shafts.
Yep. I mean, and that's
you
the
can't
process.
try any more than that. There's no way. I'm definitely done.
When you're really trying to dial in the settings, and it's not even so much all the different heads and shafts. If we think of how many different head shafts plus different setting combinations, we've probably tried 15 different combos there.
Yeah, because you went upright, you went flat, you went down, you did all that kind of stuff.
Manipulating the way the driver was sitting and playing and that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to be building up for you. A couple of people asking about going a little bit shorter for Matt. Maybe. I mean, we might at some point see...
That's as straight as I've hit a driver in a long time.
Yep, I would agree with that.
It's unlikely that I would need to... I think, and maybe going shorter would make me hit it lower on the face potentially, so that's... I don't want to do that either.
If Mitsubishi want to send you 2 shafts, we might be able to...
you guys want to see a test? Okay, request that one.
We might be able to test that out, because that's one thing with the weight in the back of the G400, you know, rather than having to hot melt the head, we can actually just add a slightly heavier weight.
Okay.
One of the differences, guys, between G400 Max and G400 is the Max head's about 4 grams lighter.
Oh, it's lighter.
It's lighter. So we can actually take the weight out the back of the standard G400, pop it into the Max, up the head weight, go a little bit shorter and see what that does. Maybe... You know, maybe that's a follow-on video. Can we make Matt's fitted driver even better?
Yeah, and even maybe I can play a couple of rounds of golf with this and see if...
Give the guys your feedback.
If it needs help, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guys, this is as organic a representation as a driver-fitted TXG as you'll ever get. I mean, this is what it looks like. It's an hour and a half. We chat more when we do these videos. We're talking to you guys a bit more, but it's an hour and a half of testing. We go through the full repertoire of trying different heads and shafts and figuring out the shaft that suits your tempo the best and that type of thing. So, you know, we've really taken that to the full kind of potential with Matt there, and I think that was about as well as we can represent a driver fit and how it goes in here, and what a driver fit should look like.
Yes.
So, guys, really appreciate you joining us this morning. We'll continue this series. We've got some more stuff coming with Matt. We're recording more today, so we should have another 3 videos out this week.
Yeah, usual schedule this week.
Usual schedule this week. Yep, we're back. We've got a full day scheduled for filming today, so we should at least get 4 out this week. The 10,000 subscriber competition is going really well. If you haven't entered the competition already, go to that video. It's called the 10K giveaway.
Yeah, 10K giveaway.
10K giveaway.
Yep.
Hit subscribe, leave your comment. Whatever you think about the channel, hopefully good, but good, bad, or indifferent, you know, any feedback is welcomed. We really appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you soon.